first grade. Today we are going to be looking at a couple of different elements. We're going to be using lines to make our background, and I'm also going to show you how to make a tint of a colour. I'm going to be making my tint with white paint and red paint. A tint is just white plus a colour. If you don't have paint like this, don't worry, you can use crayon or markers, whatever you have to colour your ice cream cones. We're also going to be doing some cutting skills and some drawing skills, so you're going to need for this lesson today 2 pieces of paper, one for your background and one for making your ice cream cone. You will need something to draw with, some scissors to cut and some glue. Okay, so we are going to start off by making our ice cream cone, and we're going to be making it on a separate piece of paper. So you are going to be making something like this, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm going to start off with my cone, and it's just really a triangle, so I'm going to do a straight line, a diagonal line down, a diagonal line down, and you can curve the end bit if you like. And I'm going to put some lines on it to make it a little waffle cone. The diagonal lines one way, and then diagonal lines the other way. Now for my ice cream, for my scoops, you can probably fit 5 or 6 scoops on this paper. You can decide how many you would like. I'm just going to do 5. I need to make sure it's big enough to fit my cones. I don't want to do a tiny little scoop, right? I want to do it big enough. So I'm going to do 1 here first, and then I'll make my other one similar. So for my scoop, it's just a curve and then a wavy line. So I've got 1 scoop. Now I want to make it a similar size. So a curve and a wavy line. And then curve, a wavy line, I have 4, I have 5, and then I'm going to just make a little cherry to go on top. So little line like that. So now we are going to be making our tint of a colour. So we spoke about that before, how a tint is white and a colour. My colour is red. If I was making a tint of green, I would have white and green. If I was making a tint of blue, I would have white and blue. So I'm going to start off with my white. I want to make my lightest ice cream scoop first. I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of red, and I'm going to add it to my white and mix it in. And like I said, if you don't have this paint, don't worry about it so much. You can just you can colour your cones what colour you'd like to colour them. But I want to show you how to make a tint anyway. So I have a very light pink, and I'm going to colour one of my scoops. We don't have to worry about going outside the lines because we're going to be cutting that out in a little bit. So now to get it a little darker, I'm going to scoop a little bit more red, and I'm going to mix that in. So I should have a tint that is just a tiny bit darker than the last one. You want to add a little bit at a time. If you add too much, you can't take it out. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. So now a little bit more. And it should just be a little bit darker. Maybe I'll add a little bit more to that one. Adding a little bit more. And then for my very last scoop, I'm just going to use the red. So now you can see I have different tints of pink or of red. I'm going to colour my cone. I'm going to colour mine brown. I want a chocolatey cone. I'm just using crayon to colour that. You could use paint, pencil, whatever you have. And a little cherry. Now while that dries, I'm going to work on my background. So for my background, we're going to do lines. So I've got a pattern going here. I've got zigzag, zigzag, wavy, wavy, and I've put dots in the middle. You can choose any different kind of lines you like, but we're going to make a repeating pattern. So I did zigzag, zigzag, wavy, wavy, zigzag, zigzag, wavy, wavy, and I continued my pattern going down. So let me do a pattern on this one. So I don't need to do the same as I did last time. Maybe I will have bumpy and straight and straight. And then I need to repeat. So bumpy and straight and straight. Okay. Now if you want to make it a little more detailed, you can. So maybe I'll add some little lines, little vertical lines going down. You can make this as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. I'm keeping it black and white because my ice cream cone is colourful. Okay, so now I have my background. It's time to cut out my ice cream cone. Now I have one that is dried that I did earlier. You would wait till yours dried, and then you're just gonna cut out your cone. And your scoops. Okay, I have my 5 scoops and a cherry to go on top. So now I'm going to glue first of all my cone. And I'm going to start with my darkest colour. I want them going darkest all the way to light. So my darkest one, and then they're overlapping, so isn't a space, it's on top. It's a little lighter. A little lighter. And the lightest one on top. Oh, and I just have room to add that little cherry. Now the last thing you can do, you can add some sprinkles. I'm going to add some rainbow sprinkles on my cone. Make sure it's all pressed down. And you have your yummy cold treat. I hope you had fun doing that lesson. I can't wait to see yours.